Hi everybody, this is Kevin and welcome back to part 3 of my Dragon Ball Z review and retrospective. Taking a look at season 3 here, the Frieza Saga, collecting episodes 75 through 107. And cool thing here, with every 3 Blu-rays you get here, you can put them all together. See if I can hold them up properly. And it makes an image, sort of paying homage to the old VHSs, but you see it makes an image there if you put them all next to each other. And this is reminiscent of back in the day when you got the VHSs and you put all the spines together and it would make an image there. I just searched this and found that there. This particular image doesn't have the one of Frieza, but the Frieza Saga with the VHSs had all his forms put together. And I never owned any of the VHSs back in the day. I owned the DVDs because back then I used to rent the VHSs all the time with Hollywood Video back when you still had Hollywood Video and Blockbuster. Good times there. I remember I was part of like a membership where you could you get like three movies or 3 shows or whatever at a time, and it was like $20 a month, and you get 3 for a week. It was so good. I used to go like every Friday get my next 3 VHSs, binge watch Dragon Ball and all sorts of other cool stuff. But anyway, we left off there with the end of Goku and Vegeta teaming up to take out the remaining Ginyu Force members, transforming Ginyu into the frog, and Vegeta puts Goku in the healing pod in Frieza's spaceship, and they don't have the means to summon the dragon quite yet because you need to speak Namekian. So Krillin's out there looking for Dende to get the secret password, and Vegeta's like, fine, if Goku's healing, Kakarot, he doesn't call him, he calls him Goku a few times. Like, there's actually one scene there where he yells at Krillin saying, get Goku into the healing pod, and he calls him that, and there's this funny moment too, not in Z, maybe in Super too, but I remember in GT, during the Android 17 saga or whatever in GT, and someone says something about Goku, and Vegeta's like, did he say Goku? How dare you mention that name to the Prince of Saiyans? He gets like all mad, but he doesn't use Goku that often. What he does. So what happens is Vegeta's sleeping, taking a nap, because I mean, they've been up fighting these guys for days now. Goku's healing, and there's this funny scene too when they're bringing Goku to the healing bay, and he sees a needle, and he's like, I hate needles! It's so funny. But he gets in there, and so they summon Porunga, and I always thought this scene was awesome when Dende's speaking the language. He's like, Porunga! And he summons Porunga, and Porunga shows up, and it's funny as hell because he's speaking, and then Porunga's there like thinking for a minute, then he goes, okay. It's just, I thought you had to speak Namekian. How the hell is Porunga speaking English then? Porunga speaks English back. So they're contemplating their wishes there. And they're thinking like, oh, well, maybe we should just wish Frieza disappear or whatever, he dies. But Porunga can't grant that because it has to be within his power. So what happens is, in the midst of all this, on King Kai's planet, you have all the heroes who were vanquished on Earth, and they're all training under King Kai. And Piccolo, of course, is the strongest of all them. But what happens is, like with the training, they got to catch Bubbles and then catch Gregory, and then they got to tell a joke. And there's this funny scene where they're like telling jokes and stuff, and like everyone's able to tell a joke except for Tien, and Tien tells him the joke, and the way that they cut it is like so funny because King Kai's like he's like all shocked, like, oh no, you told the joke. It's like, it's so strange. I gotta maybe watch it in Japanese to see what the real context was with all their reactions and stuff. But they're all like, they start blushing and stuff. It's just weird. But anyway, so Piccolo's talking to Gohan telepathically through King Kai, and it says, if you wish me back, Kami will come back, and then Shenron will come back, the Earth Dragon will come back, so we'll have other chances to revive our friends. So they bring Piccolo back, and then his halo disappears. Of course, he's still on King Kai's planet, as Goku was, and then Piccolo's like, now Gohan, wish me to planet Namek, I must prove my people, defend my people, and so he wishes them to planet Namek, and in the midst of that, Vegeta wakes up because, Namek has like 3, they said it had like 3 suns or whatever, so it's never dark there, and it's dark, and Vegeta's like, what the hell is this darkness? I gotta see what's going on. He sees the dragon. I mean, this is Porunga we're talking. This dude is huge. He's like 10 times the size as Shenron, and of course, able to wish 3 wishes, and they were all taken aback by that too, because the Earth Dragon, you can only grant 1 wish, and this one 3. So, bring him back, and get ready for the 3rd wish. They don't really know what else to do, and then Vegeta arrives, and he's like, "Wish for my immortality right now!" And he's like shaking Dende, and Dende won't listen to him, of course, because he knows that Vegeta has harmed the other Namekians, killed that one village there. And so what happens is Guru, his heart is given out on him because all his people have died. At this point, Nail was actually sent to stall, and he was fighting Frieza, and he kept getting defeated by Frieza. Frieza kept breaking him down and kept chopping off his arm, and he has the regenerating powers, grows back his arm, but he's defeated. And his stalling can't take any more. Nail effectively still has a little bit of life left, but he falls down, and Guru's heart gives out, and he dies. And because Guru dies, the dragon disappears, and can't grant that last wish. But that does come in handy for later. So then Vegeta's there, furious, and they sense Frieza's energy. He's on the way, and he's on the way to fight the heroes. But Piccolo's on the planet as well. So Frieza arrives. He's lost his mind because he wanted his immortality, and he starts battling them. And then Piccolo finds Nail, and Nail says, "You're strong, but not strong enough. We must fuse." So they fuse, and you get that great scene with Piccolo when he fuses it. He's like, "This is amazing! I feel incredible! I can do this! Yes, 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 yes!" that iconic scene from the English dub, which I always laugh out loud when I see that. And you wonder what Nail's thinking. He's like in his body, like, God, I thought this guy was like a stoic warrior. He's screaming like a lunatic. So Piccolo's on his way to fight, and all our heroes are getting overwhelmed. And Frieza's like, all right, let's just get rid of this quickly. And he transforms into his second form there, where he grows like twice the size. He gets like these devil horns. Really looks terrifying. Like that form is probably his most terrifying, and that's the form King Cold's in, interestingly enough. You wonder if King Cold can transform into his final form and become more powerful, but we never really see that. Anyway, he transforms, and he says, "I have a power level of 1 million now." And really eviscerating all our heroes there. And the first casualty, of course, is Krillin, and he stabs him in the stomach with his horns. Another funny English dub moment is when he's got Krillin on his horn, and he's like moving his head up and down to further stab. He's like, "Giddy up, cowboy! Ride him, cowboy!" It's like, what the hell were they thinking when they dubbed this stuff? I still find it funny because I'm just nostalgic for it, but looking back on it, it's definitely not the best. I'm going to show you a little comparison later of the Kai dub as opposed to the old dub. But one thing I will say is, real quick, I just want to play this with the Faulkner score, because watching the English dub here, I was listening to the Faulkner music. Really quite good. This is the Ginyu Force theme, which plays anytime the Ginyu Force arrives and there's a battle. And listen for a minute, really good. I always rock out when I hear this. But anyway, so great music, great score as far as that goes. Anyway, so they're having their battle, and Goku's still recovering, and you can sense what's going on. He's like, I need to heal more. But I always found this a little confusing, because when he arrived on Namek, he had that whole pouch of sensu beans, and he gives one to Krillin, Vegeta, and Gohan. He uses 3, and he still has the pouch around his belt. So I always thought he had more, but I guess he, for plot reasons, they have to have him heal while he's doing that. So anyway, they all think Krillin's dead, and he's in the river, but Dende has the healing powers and is able to revive him, restore him back to health. And they're all, still trying to hold their own. And then Piccolo shows up, fused with Nail. And Gohan, of course, is happy to see his mentor there. And Piccolo does battle with Frieza in the second form and puts up quite an epic fight there. Really one of the better fights, in my opinion. And you see as they're clashing, they're just little specks with the sound barrier clashing, boom, boom, and put up a good fight there. And then Piccolo takes off his training, his weighted clothing, and that's when Frieza transforms yet again. And looking at the episodes real quick, because let's see, you have episode 83, another transformation. So for like 10 episodes or so, Frieza's in the second form, and then he has another transformation. Or sorry, Frieza's second transformation, yeah. And so he's in the horned form, the second form, for a while, like the devil form, where he's really big. And then he transforms into like the alien form, sort of looks like a xenomorph. And they say Toriyama was influenced by that movie Aliens. That's why he took that form. But he's in that for an episode, and then he transforms to the final form. So I thought they could have used the alien form a little more, but it serves its purpose because it shows that he transforms yet again and easily defeats Piccolo and blasts him a bunch of times. And I always like the continuity where it shows he has the holes in his shirt, and even as it goes on, it still has that, like half his pant is like cut off, and just his damage that he takes. I always thought that was cool how they kept that with the continuity. But he transforms yet again, and what happens is, in the midst of all the battle, Vegeta is like talking to Krillin, saying, attack me on the brink of death so that Dende can revive me. And Dende's hesitant to revive Vegeta, of course, because, you know, he's seen all the damage that Vegeta can do. But Krillin's like, no, Dende, you got to do it. He might be your only hope. So he gives Vegeta another Zenkai boost, and Frieza sees that, Dende's healing, and all the heroes are there. You got Gohan, Krillin, Piccolo, and Vegeta, and of course Dende. And this is Vegeta in his new form, and he does Death Beam, and he fires, and it cuts to all our heroes, not knowing who he's going to shoot, and eventually he shoots and murders Dende's demise. Very iconic episode there. Really, every episode here, I remember running home from school watching this shit religiously, and it was always, if I remember correctly, it was always you got 2 episodes a day, Monday through Friday. An hour long. You got two half-hour episodes with the commercials and all that. And running home from school every day, getting ready to watch that. And it was always so cool. And really, a lot of people diss on Dragon Ball Z, saying like it's too long and it drags on. But watching this over again, they're really 22-minute episodes without the commercials, and they flow pretty well. And a lot of stuff happens, and it's great stuff. So eventually, Dende's killed. They can't regenerate anymore, and it's Vegeta versus Frieza. And Vegeta's getting overwhelmed, but Vegeta's like, I'm a Super Saiyan now. I got the Zenkai boost. I am the legendary Super Saiyan. And then Frieza can't take it anymore. Like, oh, this babble about the Super Saiyan. You're no Super Saiyan. And then eventually Goku is healed, and he arrives on the battlefield, and to the demise of Vegeta, because at that moment, Frieza and Vegeta had battled, and Vegeta was seemingly defeated, and he's lying there in defeat. And you got Piccolo standing in front of the two young warriors, Krillin and Gohan. Really, Krillin older. He's just a midget, I guess. But the young warrior, Gohan. And Goku arrives. And at that moment, Vegeta's on the brink of death. And he sees Kakarot. And he can sense his power. And he says, I knew it, Kakarot. You are the legendary Super Saiyan. And he gives the whole backstory of the Saiyans. How they were forced into slavery by Vegeta. Or, by Frieza. Gives the whole backstory about how they were these great warriors that were enslaved because they learned that King Vegeta was murdered by Frieza. And then at this point, this is actually in Japan. You got like this episode, and then after that you got the episode of Bardock, the Bardock special, the TV special, giving the whole history of Goku's father. Great. Watch that in Japanese too, because you get more context out of that. Really a terrific hour-long special there. But anyway, you get the whole history of the Saiyans, about how, Bardock, he was attacking a planet, and he gained the power to see into the future and saw the demise of the Saiyan race, planet Vegeta, and then tries to stop Frieza, but to no avail. And good stuff there. And with Vegeta's dying breath, he tells Kakarot he's got to win. He's got to defeat Frieza to avenge his people. And then Frieza kills Vegeta, and that's that. And Goku gives him a bit of not really a proper burial, but as proper as he can get there. He digs a hole for him and throws him in there and buries him, covers him up, and says he will defeat Frieza, and they go on to have their battle. And really, Frieza's just toying with him. Goku uses the Kaioken a few times and gets some cheap shots in there, but then Frieza says, I'm only using 1% of my power. You have to do better than that. So what happens is all the bystanders, Piccolo and all them, try to distract him as he's harnessing the Spirit Bomb, and he gets the Spirit Bomb using not only the life energy of planet Namek, but the surrounding planets to gather a really powerful Genki Dama to throw it at Frieza. But Frieza's able to react a little bit. They think he's defeated, And they're all laughing and stuff, and you got this great scene of them all laughing, saying, "Oh, we won." But Frieza comes out of the water. His tail has been like cut off a little bit, and gets ready to fire away, kill Goku, and Piccolo steps in the way and blocks him. Piccolo doesn't die though, because Kami's still alive, and then he grabs Krillin using his energy, I guess, lifts him up and crushes him, and that's when you hear Krillin cry out in pain, "No, Goku, help!" and Krillin dies, and that's when Goku loses it and turns into a Super Saiyan for the first time, and turns into a Super Saiyan. Really an iconic moment there. Let's see what the name of that episode was. Episode 95, Transformed at Last. So really terrific episode there, and Goku, you see his whole demeanor change. He's out for blood at this point. He tells his son to leave with Piccolo's body and sends him on the way. So I just want to show this comparison here that I have of the Goku's speech, with the initial speech and the Kai speech. Now I do like the original dub, but I have to give it to Kai in the fact that their version of this is much better. Real quick, this is the original.
You, what are you?
I am the hope of the universe. I am the answer to all living things that cry out for peace. I am protector of the innocent. I am the light in the darkness. I am truth. To good, nightmare to you.
So really, I just wanted to get that allied to good, nightmare to you. They give Goku this whole Superman persona, whereas in Kai, it's a little different.
What's the matter, Frieza? I can't be harder to destroy than a planet, right?
You, what are you?
You haven't figured it out yet. I'm the Saiyan who came all the way from Earth for the sole purpose of beating you. I am the warrior you've heard of in legends, pure of heart and awakened by fury. That's what I am.
So much better in my opinion. I am the Super Saiyan Son Goku. That one, in my opinion, that's where Kai does it a little bit better in my opinion. But overall, still terrific watching Goku transform into this day. Watching it again, I got goosebumps. A terrific moment, and couldn't ask for anything better. So anyway, that's when you have Frieza gets all desperate. He decides to blow up Namek, and he attacks the core, and then he says, "You have 5 minutes, and the whole planet will explode." And that's where the memes come in. 50 episodes later, Namek still hasn't exploded. But let's just count real quick. So you have 96, Explosion of Anger, and then it goes to 104, Frieza Defeat. Yeah, it goes for like 8 episodes. So it's not as long as people say it is, but it is a little long, and I don't know. You can talk about that until you're blue in the face, but the pacing is fine in my opinion. So then it cuts to Kami is alive because Piccolo, he's not dead, and Kami talks to King Kai, and he's like, "Oh, Mr. Popo has retrieved the Dragon Balls. I have a plan," and they come up with this plan to where with Shenron, the Earth Dragon, they're going to revive all those who were murdered by Frieza and his men, thus bringing back all the Namekians, including Guru and even Vegeta. And so that they go for that wish, and Porunga's back and has got one last wish. And then Guru, who's still alive, speaks to Dende telepathically and says, "Dende, wish for everyone except for Goku and Frieza." They were going to wish for everybody except Frieza, but Goku wanted to stay and make sure that the job was done. Wish for them all to go to Earth. And so they do. And as they're getting ready to go, Frieza's trying to attack Dende, and then Vegeta shows up, and Frieza says something like, "Oh, it's a ghost." And then Vegeta's like, Ghost do this? Frieza and is ready to attack Frieza, but of course gets teleported back to Earth. So all the Namekians are on Earth, along with Bulma and Krillin. Krillin's dead. What am I talking about? Krillin is still dead at this point, but Bulma, Gohan, Piccolo, Vegeta, and all the Namekians. And the Namekians are happy to see Guru, and then they're looking around for the one village that was murdered by Vegeta. And then Vegeta says, "Ha! I murdered those foolish Namekians. They didn't give me the Dragon Ball." So, they continue to have their battle. I forgot to mention, too, there's some filler, which is entertaining in its own right, of Bulma, like, on her hijinks. She's getting, like, hassled by some of Frieza's men, and then for an instant, she swaps bodies with the frog, with Ginyu, and Ginyu is in Bulma's body, and she's there with Krillin, Piccolo, and Gohan, watching Goku fight Frieza, and then with Bulma, Ginyu saying, "Yes, Lord Frieza, defeat this Goku." Oh, it's just funny because they're like, "Oh, has Bulma lost her mind? What is she talking about?" But aside from that, Goku and Frieza are having their epic battle. I still think the battle is really good. I don't care what anyone says. It doesn't go on for too long in my opinion. It's the perfect length, and Goku's trying to still reason with the Madman, and at the end, before the planet explodes, Frieza has that last attack, he has the two destructo discs, and there's this funny scene, too, in the original dub, where he's like, "Round and round the monkey goes, if he falls it off with his nose." It's like this weird-ass rhyme. It's pretty funny. It's Frieza with his racial undertones, constantly calling the Saiyans monkeys, especially like in Super, "Dance for us, monkeys!" It's so funny. And in the Broly movie, when he meets the Saiyans, the first canon appearance of him and the Saiyans, "Ha ha, hello, monkeys!" But anyway, so what happens is Goku twists him in a knot and sends the disc right back at him, and he says, "No, Frieza, watch out behind you!" And he's like, "Oh, that's one of your tricks!" And his own attack cuts him in half, and he's lying there like, I'm dying, help me!" And Goku, being the compassionate man he is, gives some of his energy so that Frieza can survive. And then even still, Frieza tries to have a back attack and kill Goku again, and Goku, of course, deflects it and blasts him away, and Frieza seemingly dead. And then it shows Goku trying to escape, and he gets into Frieza's spaceship, and this is just as the planet's exploding, and the spaceship won't go, and you're left to assume that Goku's dead. So then what happens is then you have a little bit on Earth with Gohan defending his father's honor, fighting Vegeta. Put up a decent fight, but still getting defeated by Vegeta. And then it does some quick cuts, because now the Namekians are on Earth, and they don't have to wait a whole year. They only have to wait 6 months to use their wish, so they use Porunga again. And I believe the first one they wish back is Krillin. And then they wish back Yamcha. And they try to wish Goku back, but the dragon says that Goku's still alive, and then eventually they wait a little bit longer, wish back Tien and Chaozu, and then wish for a new Namek, and then the Namekians are on their way, and you get this nice little goodbye with Dende, saying goodbye to his new friends Gohan and Krillin, and then he has a moment with Piccolo where he knows that Nail is huge with Piccolo, and he has a great respect for him, and a great little moment there, and they're on their way. And it ends with the final episode being 107, Goku's alive. Because, with the dragon, they wish for Goku to be brought back to life. Of course, they have to use Porunga, because he can't be wished back with Shenron, because he was already wished back with that dragon. And that's how they get through the loophole, bringing Krillin back, because, of course, Krillin died by the way of Tambourine in the original Dragon Ball. And Chaozu died by the Demon King Piccolo in the original Dragon Ball, so he can't be brought back to life with Shenron as well, so they gotta use Porunga, which they do. It ends with they're saying Goku's still alive, but he doesn't want to be wished back, because this is when he's on Yardrat, learning new abilities there, like the instant transmission. So it ends there, and then Season 4, really the artificial human, the android saga, starts with Season 4 of the Garlic Jr. saga, which we'll get to the next part, because this is a bit of a long episode here. But overall, I love it, man. Dragon Ball it's so much fun talking about it too, going back and looking back on all the great memories I had. But yeah, real quick, looking at the wiki too, the way that it was released, let's show this so you guys can see as well. But you got, like I said, you got 2 episodes a day. Well, that was the initial, and then you got Monday through Friday, you got episodes every day. See? And then 2-parters, and this went on until the end. And yeah, Goku's alive right there. And then a month break, and then you got the Garlic Jr. saga. But anyway, we'll stay tuned for part 4, where we discuss Garlic Jr. and the beginning of the Android saga. So thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great day.